This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fighter Store and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined with Matt Macklin. We're here in Bournemouth for a big Cruiserweight world title fight. Chris Billam-Smith takes on Mateusz Masternak. Enjoying being by the seaside?
Yeah, I love coming down here. Do you know, it's funny, obviously you love coming down in the summer, but it's kind of nice in the winter as well, actually. It's lovely.
I was going to say, another big world title fight of Chris Billam-Smith. Do you feel like he's in a little bit of danger against Masternak, a good all-round fighter?
Definitely. I think if this fight had happened pre the Okoli fight, you'd have said it was the step up that Billam-Smith needed before you go to world level, because Masternak has fought Tony Bellew, Dorticos, guys who then went on to become world champion, and he gave them tough fights. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a hard fight. I think timing will suit Billam-Smith more. He's got good momentum. He's been busier. Masternak has only sort of had one fight a year over the last few. So I think activity will be key. I think the fact that he's got the home crowd behind him, I think will be key for Billam-Smith as well, because I think that this is going to be a tough, hard fight. Both of them similar in the sense that neither of them do one thing especially spectacular, but they're solid in every area, and I just think the styles will engage for a really absorbing. I think it'll be a physically demanding, tough, grueling fight. I think it'll be a 12-rounder. I don't think either guy stops the other one, and yeah, like I said, what does he need to win? He needs to win more rounds, because I think it's going to be that type of fight. If it's going to be a 12-rounder, you win some, you lose some, and he's just got to make sure he wins more.
When it comes to Chris, as you said, a Masternak fight would have been a nice step up. Do you feel like maybe people weren't really expecting him to beat Okoli? When he beat Okoli, he might have this sort of the championship thing where he ends up getting 10-20% better. So whatever we've seen of Chris now, we might see something even better now for him being a world champion.
No, I think we will definitely see a better Billam-Smith this side of the Okoli fight, because he's gone through that fight, he's had that night, his confidence, the belief, everything that comes with that, experience, etc. But I think it's good that he has got that, because I think he'll probably need that. Had he fought Masternak pre the Okoli fight, would he have been favourite, or would people say, well, this is the step up from before that fight? So. I think I do make Billam-Smith the slight favourite, but it is slight. I wouldn't it's not. This is a tough fight. It could easily go either way. I think the fact that he has probably gone up a notch or two from becoming world champion, the experience that he had from that fight, the event, everything with it, the belief and confidence he'll have got from that, I think, and the fact that it's in Bournemouth, because like I said, I think it's going to be a tough, hard, gruelling fight. And the crowd does play a part in a fight like that, you know what I mean? So I think, he is the favourite, but only slightly.
Absolutely. On the topics of this weekend, moving over across the pond to San Francisco, Devin Haney takes on Regis Prograis to become a two-weight world champion. A lot of trash talk in the press conference yesterday. Prograis S&C coach seemed to sort of make most of the talking. Looking forward to the fight on Saturday night? Yeah, definitely.
Good two quality operators. I think this will be a good boxing match. I think two boxers that'll box on the outside, good speed, nice jabs, footwork, all that type of thing. I think you've got to make Haney the favourite. Youth, he's undefeated. He's probably got, Prograis been there, but I think he best years might have slightly just passed him. But he's stepping up in weight, isn't he, Haney? But I think at his age, growing, everything else, I think that he's probably stepping up at the right time. So I think I'd make Haney a pretty healthy favourite in it.
Absolutely, definitely. And sticking on the topics of America, we did see whilst there was a lot of madness on that December 23rd press conference, we did also see a return of Jarrell Miller back on the mix. He had always had a lot to say with AJ, with Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder. speaking when Eddie Hearn was speaking to Seconds Out, he talked about a conversation he had on stage with Jarrell Miller, and Jarrell was sort of talking about, when you're in New York, I'm going to pull up on you. Seeing this beef still about in sort of 2023, it shows sort of a bit surprised to see that it's still going on after sort of 4 years and everything that's ensued.
Well, look, to be honest, I'm surprised he's even boxing. Jarrell Miller, after all the tests he's failed, I mean, he seems a nice enough lad when he talks, quite articulate, and he's, all that type of thing. But, the fact that he's been popped multiple times, I think it is now, for different PEDs, the fact that he's been licensed to box just makes a bit of a mockery of it all. Yeah.
But with that being said, with people still seeing him as a draw, do you feel like there could be from the public a little bit of forgiveness if they want to see, him and AJ would be a big sell if that was to happen in the future? Do you feel like there could be some sort of forgiveness from the public?
I don't know. Honestly, my stance on it is like, what's the point in testing if when people get found guilty, nothing really happens, or it's insignificant to what happens, so the deterrent isn't there.
That's completely fair enough. Sticking on the topic of that press conference, AJ and Deontay Wilder were there. Deontay Wilder came up with a few comments saying that sort of Eddie Hearn doesn't want AJ to fight him, and a lot of the topics of AJ's side, everyone's always talked about the AJ side not really wanting the Wilder fight. Do you feel like potentially AJ's team and this and that sort of push Deontay Wilder away from AJ fighting him?
Look, I think most boxers will fight each other, but it's not just a sport, boxing. It is a business too, obviously. So, it's not like, I don't know, like you play snooker and you win the tournament, the prize money is the prize money. Do you know what I mean? But in boxing, it's not. That's not the case. And if you win, your kind of share price goes up. If you lose, it comes down. So there is always a risk-reward ratio. And I think if we thought the fight, we kind of were led to believe that it was going to happen this time, didn't we? And it hasn't happened. And you start thinking, well, is it ever going to happen? I don't know. I think Wilder probably wants it more than AJ does, because AJ's probably the bigger star. You know what I mean? No matter who he fights, it's a huge event. Where Wilder, he's a star too, but not on the level of AJ. I don't think his dance partner matters more for the fight to be as big. Where every AJ fight's big. I don't know who would you make favourite in that fight? It's hard to say, isn't it?
Definitely. Do you feel like that's the excitement factor though, that AJ has his reasons, Wilder has his reasons, and do you feel like it's interesting where they've obviously both in private, they've obviously Wilder losing to Fury, AJ losing to Usyk. It does make it a little bit more interesting in a way.
I think AJ's probably all round a better fighter than Wilder, and he's technically better everything, but Wilder hits so hard, and he can kind of, when he gets hurt, he does kind of survive and get through it, which he showed in the first Ortiz fight, and secondly in the Fury fight. I know he didn't get through it in the end, but he got through moments of it when he was badly shook up. But AJ is a good finisher as well. AJ is a good finisher when he hurts somebody, but then when he gets hurt himself, he can fall apart a little bit. So I don't know. It's a hard one to pick, that I think.
Definitely. And just a last topic from me. Previously talking about Jarrell Miller there, and you sort of spoke about your stance on it. Obviously, the whole situation going on with Conor Benn now, and all the moving parts in that. One of the things that was discussed was potentially if the board aren't going to allow him for a licence, Eddie Hearn was potentially willing to go down the route from the PBA and other sanctioning bodies. What message do you feel like that sends out if they choose to have a fight in the UK that isn't under the British Boxing Board of control?
Well, it's not good, is it? And it's the precedent that all these things create, isn't it? Like people think, well, they got banned, but they just went with another organisation. So it's like you've got to be careful what precedent's being created. There's like the Board of Control are there for a reason, to try and govern the sport to the best, safest, fairest way possible. Is it a case that if you don't get your own way, it's a bit spoilt boyish, isn't it? If I don't get me wrong, well, I'm not playing. Yeah. I'll go play with someone else. It's a bit like, but I don't know all the facts. Yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs and the facts. So people could probably easily pull me apart and say, well, that's not this. So I don't know.
Absolutely. And just as we close this off, looking forward to the end of the year now and the start of 2024 for a big sort of year for Sky.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think because you've got, obviously I work for Sky and Eddie, Matchroom left and went with the Zone, and it was a shame because it was such a formidable partnership. Had so many unbelievable nights on Sky with Matchroom. But that's life. Things go on, and life goes on. And Boxer are a new outfit. Made some new signings, signed some good fighters. Some that had Olympians, etc. Been unfortunate. There's been injuries and pullouts, and it hasn't progressed as quickly as probably people would have hoped and anticipated. But I do think that it's turning the corner. People are stepping up, and I think next year, hopefully, God willing and injuries permitting, these fighters now start winning titles and really stepping up.
Absolutely, Matt. Thank you for taking time to speak to me. Always appreciate catching up with you. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the time on this sunny or sort of sunny coast, I guess. Thank you, mate.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, thank you. Cheers, mate.